Hi and welcome, my name is Eric Simpson, an online weight loss specialist working with busy professional women over 40 who are looking to lose weight, tone up, and do that without having to count calories or spending hours exercising each day. In today's training, I'm going to be speaking about women's health and fitness and weight training to lose weight specifically. And this is an area that I think is so misunderstood by so many women, it's almost unbelievable. And before I get into how to do this effectively, I just want to share with you one of the number one weight training myths that a lot of women hold when it comes to doing exercises using weights, and that is they're going to become really big and muscular, like some of these women you may have seen in magazines where quite literally if you chop their heads off you wouldn't know whether or not it was a man or a woman. I can tell you now that is simply not going to happen. Why? Because you just don't have enough testosterone. Even if you were training sort of like 5-6 days a week, pushing really heavy weights, you're never going to look like one of these sort of monster women you see that, like I say, if you chop the heads off they would look like a man. It's not going to happen like that. So I'm going to talk about how we start, what you need to do to get started with this, how do you do it, and how often should you be doing it. And you can see on screen there a client of mine, her name's Marie, who lost 57 pounds. Marie, mother of 3, was carrying an extra 57 pounds in weight, introduced weight training into her program at a sensible level, and as you can see the results are there to be seen. Now, am I saying that everybody who does weight training is going to get a flat stomach like Maria? No, I'm not saying that for 1 second. I've simply put her on there so you can see as an example of what may be possible, and that's going to be down to your genetics as well. So there's a lot of factors that play into how your body ends up looking when you start using weights. But let's get into specifically then how we go about doing this. So get yourself a pen and paper handy and let's get into it. So number one, how to start using weights. Well, basically start off really simple. The simpler you can make it to begin with, the better it's going to be. When you start getting into learning really complicated exercises, chances are you're not going to do it. So make it really super simple. Make it light in terms of the weights you're using, and make sure it's structured so that you are working the whole of your body, from the top down, all of the major muscle groups, your shoulders, your chest, your back muscles, your thighs, your bums, you've only got one hopefully, but your bum, your calves, you're working all of the major muscle groups when you get started. So that's how we start, simple, light, and make sure it's structured. And this is going to help you to minimize the risk of injury as well, because one of the things I've seen people do over my years involved in health and fitness now is complicate things, go heavy, no structure, and they get injured. So follow these 3 basic principles when you get started. Number 2, how to do it. Well, how to do it is pretty simple really. You can start off with your own body weight, something as simple as just standing up and bending your knees and standing up again straight. Body weight exercises, maybe going into onto all fours, lowering your chest down towards the floor, straightening your arms, so a box press up. If you can't do that on the floor, maybe you put your hands against the wall, you lower yourself into the wall, you straighten the arms. That's a variation of a press up. So use your own body weight. Or you may want to use resistance bands. The rubber bands you've probably seen with handles on them. And the nice thing about resistance bands are they're portable. So if you've got into an exercise routine and you are traveling away somewhere, then you can fold them up, stick them in your bag. The weight, virtually next to nothing, but you can keep up your training. So use resistance band. And then as you can see in shot there, I've got Marie who's using dumbbells. Now when she started off, actually she started off primarily using her own body weight, and you can see a video on my channel where she's doing a body work routine, and I'll put a link to that in this video below so you can see what she was like actually in action when she got started on the Coach Me Slim and Trim program. That's the program that I use to help busy professional women lose weight and tone up. So that's how to do it. Body weight, bands and dumbbells. And the third part then is how often should you be doing it. Now, depending upon a lot of medical factors and your history of using weights and lots of other factors, but basically you should be looking at 2 to 3 sessions per week as a beginner. And again, if you keep it light, of simple, light and structured. There's no reason why you can't do 2 to 3 sessions per week quite comfortably. And they don't need to be long sessions either. They can be done in maybe 8 to 12 minutes, or even less than that sometimes when you're starting out. As a novice, you're looking at about 3 times per week, and then when you become an improver, so you now know a lot about the exercises, you're going for maybe a specific look that you want to achieve, then 3 to 5 sessions per week would be absolutely ideal. So there you have it. Women's health and fitness, weight training to lose weight. Very, very simple, very, very underutilized when it comes to not only helping women to lose weight, but more importantly, because actually weight or exercise isn't for weight loss, but what it will certainly help with is to help you maintain it long term. Why? Because it helps to boost your metabolism by creating more lean body tissue. As ever, if you have any questions at all about this topic, then feel free to reach out to me and ask away. If you'd like to find out more about how you can get going on your own weight loss journey yourself, and you'd like to have a conversation with me, there'll be a link in the description below. You can click on that link. It takes you to my online calendar where you can book in to have a free, no obligation conversation with me. We can talk about your situation, what your goals are, and it'll give me an opportunity to explain a bit about the Coach Me Slim and Trim program. If we think we can work together, we'd then set up a subsequent meeting after that. But until the next training video, take very good care of yourself, and bye for now.